What's up, y'all? It's Ron to Be the Science. Got an amazing video for y'all today. So I actually recorded a very old video like a few years ago on me opening and setting up a 3D printer. So I think that would be a fun video for y'all to see. So I'm gonna just show that to y'all. Hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna be opening up. We have put in the top part and the side. This is where the build plate goes on. I guess I could do the next step here. Next step is kind of like to rotate this down. You see, that's how the build plate's going to come down. And then they want us to do the same on this side. And we're going to put the build plate on by leveling this part. But yeah, the side parts were kind of hard for me because like I didn't know which hole to put them in on this part right here, and there's already a screw here. Like it was really complicated for me, but I managed to pull through. So now we have this all together. We got the wires connecting and everything. We didn't plug it in here. We're gonna do that so we can test it out. And we didn't put out the screen that protects the build plate. However, we have the filament inside the filament hole going up. Then we have the two motors to make the build plate go up and down. We have those connected. And we also have the actual stylus right there. So looking forward to it. Hope it's going to be ready and put up and all together. I have a file ready to be printed. So I did do a quick test run, or I did try to print it earlier. Oops. And what had happened was, like, the filament broke off, and it was like messed up. The build plate had moved forward. I accidentally had this part under. Accidentally had this cord under here, so it couldn't move this way, and it was just all horrible. So I stopped the print, and I'm gonna try again, and hopefully we will get the print working nicely. I have the 3D printer working right now, and it's looking fine. Right now, it's just building the raft for a K-Bear design, for 3D design that I'm doing. So there was the problem that I was having. So when I was when I did the wires, I accidentally had it so that the y-axis, so where it moved up and down, it was switched with the 3D the filament thing. So like where the filament goes up and down. So when it was supposed to be going up and down, filament was going. So it was, yeah, wasn't the best. But now it's working fine. This was a sample print that I made. It's a peace sign made out of white filament, PLA. So looking pretty good. My 3D printer was looking fine, but it had it started messing up, and like all this filament is now balled up and useless. So you can see here, it was looking fine. You have the the bridge, and you have the raft. It was looking fine. However, it seems that when it was printing, the printer, when it went down, it dragged the print down. Went down, it dragged the print down as well. So it it caused the printer to go back where it thought the print was, and just have all this bunched up stuff because there's nothing to print on and it's unstable. So that was a big error. I'm thinking maybe if I heat the pad, if I heat the build plate up more, then it will maybe have more gription. It will be more adhesive. It is glass, so, but we'll see what we can do. I'm printing on it right now. It's the same thing as always. So the last time I had a print, I was printing out the same thing, and it did mess up when I went to bed. My dad had to wake me up and tell me that it was spinning around and the filament was like all balled up. So I realized the problem. It was shifting. What that means is, like, when the nozzle was moving, it was taking the actual print and it was moving that back and forth. So basically making it spin soon enough. So what I did to prevent that, I used stick glue. They said after the raft is made, you just stick glue it down, and they want you to use the purple stick glue so that that's easier to come off than and it won't damage the build plate than the regular kind. And what I also did was I used one of my old builds, or one of my old disasters, and I added some weight behind it, so even if it does try to move back, there's going to be something there to stop it, or something there to prevent it, so it'll just keep on going through. And I also have this one right here, so that even if it does move, and what I would do was I would just pause it, I would pause the print, and what I would do then is I would use the side one and the back one to figure out where it was. So after I unpause it, it will go back to the same place. I actually had to do that when I was adding the stick glue. So, and I was able to, I was like 1 millimeter off. So everything, but that was all the way like down there. So you're not gonna really notice it. But that's the progress that we're on here now. And oh, another thing I had to change. I also put the build plate. I put the build plate temperature to 100 degrees. I mean, 100 degrees Celsius. That way, like, it will keep the bottom part hot, and the more heat that added, the hotter it is, the more adhesive it will be, and it won't move around. I also slowed the rate, how fast it was going. It used to be 100. Whoa. It used to be 100, but now it is 50. It's print speed. So we're looking pretty good. I'm excited. Hope this one has been looking very well. So I'm hoping that this will be a success. See? From when we last came, you can see there's lots of mess right there. But here's the gist. Right there, you can kind of see how everything's all smooth, going up, and then bada boom, bada bang. That happened. So basically, what was happening was the printer was making small little errors. I saw it how there were small little dents going on the print. So I guess what happened was it got stuck and it moved the whole thing out, and it actually moved the build plate out of these clips. And so what was wrong with that is, as you can see, it's now finished. It took 11 hours and 30 minutes to finish this. It's crazy. But so I'm heating up the build plate, finished print. Let me heat the build plate up so it'll be easier for me to get the glue off. I had to glue this down. So basically, yeah, so I told you there was small little bumps here, and it got into the the printer, the stylus, it got stuck there, and when it was moving back, it pushed the whole thing back. So what I did was I got like a big rock, and I got paper cleaners and held this down, because this was already printed, and held this down like that. But however, it was moving up to the front, and I had nothing put up the front, and the build plate was like super hot, so I couldn't really touch it like that. So I still tried. I paused it a couple of times. So what I did, I got a hot glue gun, I cleaned it up a little bit, and I put it back. And I tried to hot glue gun the raft to the board. However, this is what happened. This is actually the original build. No, not this one. This is the original build plate, a raft. This is the original raft that came, that was supposed to be under this design. And it was, because of the heat and the hot glue gun and everything, it was not working. It was terrible. Everything was like this part. When it would move, this part is detached. So if you can imagine the bear right here, when it would move back, that's what would happen, and it would easily get out of place, and it could easily turn into one of these. However, I didn't feel like waiting that long, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pause, try to fix it back up, and go from there, because it's a very long process. I'm still gonna try to build another bear, but it's gonna be a different kind. It's not gonna be the same one, because we already have one now. Even though there's might have a few mess ups, but it's still bear, still part of the family. So another thing. Oh yeah, so like basically I just had my rafts positioned right here and stuff, so when I put it back, it was good. I had to scrape off a lot of the glue and stuff. It's still here. I might have to use Windex glass cleaner on my build plate to make sure it's clean, no glue's left on it. Let's see, my temperature is at 157 out of 100. I'm trying to heat it up a little bit so that the glue could heat up, so it'll be a little bit easier to get off. Hold on. Okay, so I was able to scrape it off. Temperature's getting nice and up. There's still like hot glue gun on the bottom of its sole, so I'm just gonna like put it on the build plate while that's heating up. It's at 70 right now. Zoom in. It's at 70 right now. So the hot glue gun should heat up, and it'll make it easier to scrape off. And then the feet will be done, and then it's just going to be working on straightening out the face. Alright, so that was it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like. If you didn't, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like. Ronnie be out.